Governor Wilson has been put into a very hard position. The Hatfield and McCoy feud is escalating with the arrests that are being made. Governor Wilson has no choice but to intervene in a private war by sending out the state militia to the area. Would this action help to bring about peace, or will it lead to more violence in the area? Again, we must state that the division in the article is not ours, but is contained in the article itself, which can be found in the source, Contemporary Articles on the Hatfield and McCoy Feud website. Come along with us as we walk through the reactions to the raids as they were reported in 1888. We did not change any of the spellings in the reports. All aboard the Kentucky-Tennessee Living Time Machine as it is preparing to depart into another look into the Hatfield and McCoy feud. Please fasten your seatbelts and keep your arms and legs inside of the vehicle at all times. But to get going, we need your help. We still need to fire up that time machine to transport us. Please help us by clicking on the like, subscribe, and bell notification buttons down below. Not only does this fire up the time machine for our flight back in time, but it convinces the YouTube algorithm that we need a bigger vehicle to reach more people who love history as much as you do. Now, back to our story. February 2nd, 1888. Enough was enough for Governor Wilson. As we have previously learned through the commissioner's report, the McCoys were not going to take everything done to them laying down. They were determined that the Hatfield family was going to legally pay for all of the crimes that had been done against the McCoy family. To keep down trouble, Wilson had to do something fast to stop another potential outbreak of violence. We read what actions that Wilson was taking in the following article. Quote, Willing Intelligencer, February 2nd, 1888, the Logan County Vendetta. The citizens of Logan County in mass meeting assembled, claiming that the authorities of the country are powerless to suppress the feud existing between the Hatfields of Logan and the McCoys of Pike County, Kentucky, have petitioned the governor for military aid. The petition sets forth that two citizens, one of whom was a deputized officer of the law in the discharge of his official duty, had been shot down like dogs without provocation, that invasions into our state are still being made by Kentucky outlaws, destroying the peace and endangering the lives of our citizens, and that these incursions are too powerful to be suppressed by the civil authorities. Governor Wilson, after a careful consideration of the matter, has ordered two companies of infantry, the Gulf and Auburn Guards, to report at once at Charleston for duty, and these companies, under the command of Colonel R. H. Freer, will be sent at once to Logan County. The Camden and Clements Guards of Mannington have offered their services to the governor, but they will hardly be needed. Governor Wilson has requested Governor Buckner of Kentucky to send troops to the scene of the trouble on the Kentucky side and has been assured that the civil power of the state will be employed to prevent any further invasion of this state by the lawless bands of Kentucky. The military will render good service to both states by shooting the leaders of the vendetta on both sides. Governor Wilson has probably acted for the best in sending the military to suppress the horrible outrages that have been so common in Logan County of late, and yet it seems strange that the sheriff, with the whole power of the county at his command, should be unable to put down a private feud, unquote. It seems that the newspaper is really not that kind at all to the sheriff of Logan County, West Virginia. But we must remember that in many states, the office of sheriff is an elected office. It would not be good to turn against those that got you into that position in the first place. War of Extermination. In another article that appeared in the same edition of the Willing Intelligencer, we have a special report from Catlettsburg, Kentucky, concerning the feud. Quote, War of Extermination. A special from Catlettsburg, Kentucky, dated January 24th, says, quote, The war of extermination between the Hatfields and McCoys is still going on the wilds of West Virginia. The steamer, Frank Preston, arrived from Pikeville yesterday and brought intelligence of the encounter between the pursuing party and the Hatfields on Saturday. On Thursday last, the capturing party, numbering 20, left Pikeville for Tug River. After crossing the river, when nearing the residence of Cap Hatfield, they came across a woman in the road who was standing picket and who immediately gave the alarm. The capturing party, when turning a point in the road, were fired upon by a squad of 8 from the Hatfield gang. Bud McCoy was shot through the shoulder and dangerously wounded. 2 of the posse were detailed to care for him and take him home. The capturing party immediately returned the fire, and Will Dempsey of the Hatfield gang fell to the ground shot through the bowels. At this juncture, the Hatfields beat a hasty retreat, throwing away their blankets, overcoats, and etc. Posse went up to where Dempsey was, although he was in a dying condition, and begged piteously to be saved as he would not live long. Despite his cries for mercy, the man that killed Jim Vance on the first raid put a gun against Dempsey's head and almost blew it off. At this inhuman and sickening act, one of the pursuing party became angry, left the posse, and returned home. The Hatfields were organizing for a raid over on Peter Creek in Kentucky, the scene of one of their New Year's night's deeds, to murder people, burn property, and kill stock. The Peter Creek Guards, 20 strong, have joined the capturing party, which now numbers 40 odd, and are in hot pursuit of the Hatfields. The excitement throughout Pike County, though intense, is increasing daily, as the Hatfields have warned the people that they propose to kill them and burn their property. They have sent word that they propose to burn Pikeville and extradite their 6 comrades now in jail there. The jail is strongly guarded day and night, and pickets are sent out in all directions from the town every night. Judge Wagner, County Judge of Pike County, and J. Lee Ferguson, attorney, came down on the Frank Preston from Pikeville en route to Frankfort, where they go to lay the case before the governor and ask him for arms to protect themselves and their property. Later, setting the above, we learned that the agent sent by Governor Wilson to Logan County has returned to Charleston and reports the war ended, the belligerents having disbanded. The marching orders to the military were, therefore, countermanded, unquote. It seems that Pikeville was taking the matter of the Hatfields' threats very seriously. When we see pickets here, it's not talking about a picket fence, but basically foxholes and man-made dirt piles that were used as a defensive line against an attack. The people of Pikeville must have been terrified that they were going to be attacked by the Hatfield clan by great numbers. The Pike County judge and accompanying attorney were on their way to Frankfort to ask for military help to safeguard their city. However, it seems that by the time that the commissioner from the state of West Virginia had reached the area, an uneasy calm had been restored. Could this have been because Pikeville made sure that the Hatfields knew that they would not easily be taken as previously thought? In next week's video, we will continue with the responses and actions taken by the states of Kentucky and West Virginia to bring about the peace to the people of Logan County, West Virginia, and Pike County, Kentucky. Thank you. Kentucky Tennessee Living would like to thank you for watching our video series on the myths and truths of the Hatfield and McCoy feud. Don't forget to hit that like button, as the more likes we receive, the more likely YouTube is to suggest our videos to other viewers. Also, to receive notice when we upload a new video, be sure to subscribe and click the bell notification button. Be sure to double check that you are subscribed, as some of our viewers are finding that they are no longer subscribed to our channel. We thank you for continuing to support Kentucky Tennessee Living as we are discovering the mysteries in Appalachian history.